Okay, so here are the units in the heart of Niagara Falls, North End. Great location here. I think that one right there was the only one in this whole block that's not power of sale. Two of them were sold since new, and I believed only two of them. And they were listed originally, these stacked towns. Now these are stacked townhouses, so they have upper and lower 3-bedroom and 2-bedroom units. But they were originally listed, some of them, in the 760,000s.
Oh boy, power of sales are on the rise in Ontario, and we're going to discuss it in today's video. If you don't really know what a power of sale is, that's essentially when your mortgage lender bank decides that you can no longer pay your mortgage, so they force you to sell it through a power of sale to recoup their money back. Now, it's something that doesn't happen a lot, or it used to not happen a lot, but now it's been really on the rise in Ontario, mostly because people cannot afford their mortgages. There's other reasons as well as to why a bank might actually force a power of sale. Sometimes it's based on mortgage fraud, or if you lost your job and you report that to them, they can use that as an excuse as well. That's why it's always important to have a lawyer go over the documents with you when you sign a mortgage, because some banks will be more willing to do a power of sale than others. So with that being said, let's discuss it in today's video with some crazy videos, one of them being an entire neighborhood complex where almost all of the townhomes are being put through a power of sale.
All right, they let me out of the house. So I'm here at the epicenter, ground zero of the bank sales, power of sales, foreclosures, whatever you want to call them. This is where it is in Niagara Falls right here. There's like 13 of these things in the same complex and more coming online. But first, I want to show you this chart from this week. This is from the week of September 21st. This is the Okay, so here are the units in the heart of Niagara Falls, North End. Great location here. I think that one right there was the only one in this whole block that's not power of sale. Two of them were sold since new, and I believed only two of them. And they were listed originally, these stacked towns. Now these are stacked townhouses, so they have upper and lower 3-bedroom and 2-bedroom units. But they were originally listed, some of them, in the 760,000s. So just, yeah, that's a benchmark of where they were. So again, very pricey for Niagara Falls. And this builder started building them, I believe, or developing the land in 2021 or so during, COVID, prices always go up thing, but now they're getting burned and the lender had no choice but to foreclose on these places or take them back and power of sale them. So the lender currently has these offered for sale on MLS, a bunch of them, not all of them. I think the one block over there still isn't listed, but there's 13 units here right now, and they're from the low 400s to the mid 500s. Again, big difference from when it was first listed at 760 something thousand for some of these units, which was way overpriced. And of course, that was since last year, and they only had, I believe, 2 sales. I might be wrong on that, but I only saw two listings of activity on the MLS system that I can verify were actually leased out after they were sold. So it looks like they were sold to investors also. So I'm not going to be going in these units today. I have been offered to go in them, but I know what they look like and whatnot. But I just want to show you, starting with number 1 here. There's 13 units. Here we have power of sale, and that's a power of sale notice saying it's been taken over by the management company. Number 2, of course, I don't believe is. Number 3, power of sale. Number 4, power of sale. No notice on that one. Number 5, power of sale. Number 6, power of sale. Number 7, power of sale. Number 8, power of sale. And we have number 10, power of sale. Hey, you can take a look through the window there if you like. No notices on these ones. Maybe they were too lazy to walk up the stairs. Number 11, power of sale. Number 12, power of sale. Number 13, power of sale. And number 14, power of sale. So it looks like there's 16 units total in here. 3 of them are not power of sale, so 13 of the 16. Let's work that out for percentage based in this complex. Nice, interesting little complex here. some parking spaces underneath here. Like not bad units. It's kind of a shame, but of course with the cost of construction and everything and financing, they just they couldn't hold on to them and had no choice, couldn't hang on any longer. And again, sign of the times here. Now recently there's so many power of sales out there that I set up searches for people. I actually have a specialized search that I do, and people ask me, they find it online. I don't really advertise it too much, but I can't do any more than 250 in a search, so I have to like limit it. So when you say, just send me all the power of sales in Ontario, John, or on Treb, it's too many, it's way too many. So I have to really limit the area, limit the price range and whatnot. If you actually want me to set up a search for power of sale or estate sales, you can email, you can find me online and email me. And I would probably be willing to do that as long as you're not working with an agent. I don't like to interfere with other people that are working with agents. But anyway, that's it for this video. That's a whole lot of power of sales.
That is a whole lot of power sales, and it's not really a surprise when you hear how much they were selling for. They tried to sell them for like over like $700,000 plus for some of these units, and this is in Niagara Falls. What is going on? These should never be more than 500,000. Even 500,000, I would say, is too much for the area. And to have like stacked townhomes as well, like those are horrible. I mean, just absolutely horrible for noise and stuff too. Definitely not worth it. So it's not a surprise to see them have the power of sale on these. Now the next video we're gonna watch is a great video. This is someone who obviously works very close in real estate. Great YouTube channel as well. You should go check him out. But let's see what he has to say about the power of sales going on right now in Ontario.
Got some big fucking increases in the number of foreclosures, power of sales, evictions going on in Ontario. Like it's way up, particularly in GTA. Now, a couple things about it are important to understand, very fucking important, because people shouldn't get the wrong idea here. Number one, very few of them, the lender is a bank. So power of sales, when people can't pay, you have to take their house away from them and sell it. The lender sells it. The bank or whoever it is, doing the lending sells it. So there are not many banks involved. Like it's a small number of banks. It's mainly private lenders. So in other words, there were problems with this borrowing situation right off the hop. If you need to go to private lenders and you can't go to the bank, then you got some issues. You got some credit issues, you got some income issues, or you're trying to flip the house. You're kind of a half-assed developer or whatever. But what's the effect on house prices? This is the big thing. This is the sort of subtle thing that we're seeing going on, but it's very fucking meaningful. Hear me out. So if a bank, or not a bank, but a lender or a private lender or anybody, if you've got a situation where somebody else is selling the house on a forced sale basis, like it's got to be sold, boom, we got to find a price to clear the house, okay? That's a low price. And guess what's been going on in the GTA and all of Southern Ontario for the last, 2 months? House prices, not just the condo fuckery, okay, but all kinds of house prices have suddenly dropped, like quite a bit, sometimes a lot, a staggeringly amount sometimes, but it was sort of low-rise townhouses and semis and single family were kind of holding on in price. And suddenly there's been a big shift in the last 3 months, which kind of corresponds with the increase in this power of sale situation. So the most important thing to get is this. Every time a house is sold by a lender and clear its prices, like, yeah, it's just take it as is. We just hurry the fuck up. We got to get it sold. We've waited long enough. That's a low price, typically a lower price than others. But that sets the price for the neighborhood. This is the most important thing to understand about real estate. Just like on the way up, when there was bidding wars and the next highest fuckery bid, like the total madhouse bid, set the new price for the neighborhood, it's the same way on the fucking way down, okay? It's, that house in the neighborhood sold for a really low price because the people they had to get out of the house. That's now the price for the whole neighborhood, for all the similar houses in the whole area. And that's likely why suddenly prices are falling.
Now, one thing to consider is that a lot of the lenders who are forcing these power of sales, they're not massive banks. A lot of them are private banks or just private lenders. So that is also something to consider when you are researching all the power of sales. So you're not going to see a ton of power of sales, for example, from like a big bank like CIBC, but you might see some more from like a private lender like National Bank or something like that. So very interesting to see what's going on in Ontario right now. Obviously, interest rates that were elevated